Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for Hydra.
Let's go.
What's up, guys? It's Corrodor, back again, keeping it tanky in Raid Shadow Legends. I had a Hydra team theory crafted on the Discord. Shout out to Hermes if you're watching, as well as BM. Awesome guys, trying to help me get more out of my Hydra. I'm barely getting top chest on normal, so I'm able to move on to hard mode now with this top team that they gave me. We're going to test it out and see how well it works. We've got Rathalos Blademaster, the primary source of nukage for this team. He's got the A1 decreased defense, cannot be resisted by a boss, which is fantastic. 65% land rate. We have the A2 that will ignore 100% of the target's defense if they are a boss. Every second use of this skill in a round will attack all enemies instead. Otherwise, it will be attack one enemy. It's a very powerful nuke. We've got an AoE on the A3 before attacking. Places increased crit damage and increased speed on this champion for 2 turns. Then on the passive, he inflicts 50% more damage against targets under HP burn and receives 25% less damage from enemies under HP burn. Every 5th skill used by this champion deals 200% more damage. This guy absolutely smacks. Hold up, click the link in the description right now to get a free Uugo, as well as 2 more free epic champions as you level up. Here are the steps to get yours. Step 1, log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Step 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3, launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Step 4, go to your inbox and claim your first champ. This is an amazing account start to Raid, so click the link and start now. Next up on the team, we have Argaz Wild King, the faction unity champion for the Orcs. He is an absolute powerhouse in Hydra. On the A1, he attacks one enemy, heals all allies with less than 50% HP back to 50% HP. It sucks just looking at it. It sucks that it's not bigger heal, taking them above 50% HP, but with masteries you can actually get it to that point. But with this guy, you actually want to dance around 50% HP as much as possible, as you'll see on his passive. On the A2, he attacks one ally. The damage dealt is equal to 50% of the target's current HP. He then places a shield buff on that ally for 2 turns, the value of which is equal to the amount of HP that ally is missing, and then he will fill his turn meter and that ally's turn meter by an amount equal to the HP percentage that they are missing. It is a fantastic boosting skill, and because he's shielding them after the fact, you don't have to worry about them getting massacred. On the A3, this is where the faction unity stuff starts kicking in. He'll attack all enemies, has 100% chance of placing a provoke debuff on all enemies for 1 turn, will also place strengthen on all allies for 2 turns. So he's keeping that head of decay under control, as well as providing the strengthen to soak up more damage for our allies. This skill will also do pretty good damage. He's not a nuker. Don't get confused. He is not a nuker, but he does do a surprising amount of damage. With one ally, this champion is immune to block active skills and cooldown increasing effects. Doesn't do a thing for Hydra, but it is very nice for certain boss fights as well as arena. With the 2 allies that we will be running, instantly activates this skill whenever an ally's HP drops below 50%. Does not put the skill on cooldown if it activates. It is very powerful. On the passive, and this is why you want to dance around 50% HP right here. Allies with 50% HP or less deal 30% more damage. With one ally, they also receive 30% less damage. Everybody talks about how good Tagoar's passive is, where he reduces everyone's damage taken when they're at or below 50% HP by 10%. He does that 3 times better. With the 2 allies that we will be running, whenever an ally or enemy dies, increases their HP, attack, defense, and speed of all allies by 5%, stacking up to 25. Very nice stat boost for all allies. We cannot get that off of enemies dying because the Hydra heads don't technically die, but every time we lose an ally, which hopefully isn't very often, we will actually be benefiting from that once over time. Next up on the list, we are running Grand Oak Padre. He is crucial for this team because he is providing the cleanse, he is providing increased speed, he is providing healing, and a full team ally attack. If there is a linchpin for this team, this is it. Grand Oak Padre, one of the best champions on my account. On the A1, attacks one enemy, where I have it booked, has a 35% chance of decreasing the cooldown of a random ally's active skill by 2 turns. Very nice to have, but can wreck any kind of auto strategy that you have. If you're running him, you want him manual. The A2 teams up with all allies to attack a single enemy, so full team ally attack. Also fully restores all allies destroyed max HP and places a continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. It's on a 4-turn cooldown. It's super nice. Head of Decay can't do anything to us. We're healing. We're doing a ton of damage. Then on the A3, fills the turn meter of all allies by 20%, then removes all debuffs from all allies and places increased speed on all allies for 2 turns. Books down to a 3-turn cooldown. It is going to be a crucial skill because I don't have Veil in my team, so Head of Torment is going to be a massive problem. It is the reason I am not getting a stupid amount of damage in Hydra, single-handedly. Then on the passive, we have at the start of this champion's turn, places a buff on each ally for 1 turn, depending on their type. Attack champions get increased attack, defense get increased defense, support get increased accuracy, and HP get a shield equal to 30% of the ally's max HP. Honestly, the only problem I have with this passive is the fact that he is a support and he has no use for accuracy in his kit, so the increased accuracy buff does nothing for him. Next up on the squad, we have Arbiter on the A1. She attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 30% chance of placing a weaken. If I had her booked, that would be 50%. The A2 attacks all enemies 1 time, has a 75% books to 100% of decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs by 1 turn. If, for whatever reason, block buffs isn't up and they manage to steal something, decreasing that duration by even 1 turn can completely remove it from a head in Hydra, which is super nice. The A3 places increased attack on all allies for 2 turns, then fills the turn meter of all allies by 30%. Does some healing if they have less than 50% HP. Again, helping us with dancing around that 50% HP threshold. That is a lot of turn meter, and we love that. On the A4, it's a revive all dead allies with 30% HP, then fills the turn meter of all allies by 20%. She will do that even if no one is dead, and then grants an extra turn to this champion if an ally was successfully revived. Very nice. Next up on the team, we have Artak, almost completely booked, just missing 1 on the A1. Not something I'm going to worry about. Everything this guy does is AoE, which is good and bad. It's good because it means we're doing as much damage as possible, but it's bad because the Head of Torment will wreck this guy. The A1 will increase the duration of burns on each target by 1 turn. The A2, before attacking, instantly activate any HP burns on each enemy, then has a 100% chance when booked of placing decreased attack on all enemies for 2 turns. This skill is crucial because that is the only source of decreased attack we have in this team. Definitely need to keep that up. Then the A3 attacks all enemies 2 times. First hit will place HP burn, restores this champion's destroyed max HP by 10% for each HP burn placed by this skill, heals this champion by 5% of their max HP for each HP burn debuff attempt blocked or resisted by the enemy team. Unfortunately, that does not trigger on weak hits. Wish it did because affinity is an issue. And then on the passive, we have whenever an HP burn debuff is activated, destroys this champion's max HP by 5%, stacks up to 50%. Typically, that's a bad thing, but for him, it is not, because for each percent of destroyed max HP he has, his damage, crit damage, and defense increase by 1%. Also increases this champion's speed and resistance by 2 for each 1% of their destroyed max HP. There is a little bit of counter synergy between that A3 and Podreg's ally attack, but it also keeps Artak from dying as quickly, so it's kind of a blessing and a curse. Another crucial member of this team, which is embarrassing because I just forgot to mention him, is Bells the Reckoner. On the A1, he attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance, 75 when booked, of placing decreased defense for 2 turns, will ignore 5% of the target's defense for each debuff on them. This A1 can potentially do a good amount of damage. On the A2, attacks one enemy before attacking, steals all buffs from the target. We'll repeat this attack against all enemies if the initial target is under a leech. It's great in case block buffs falls off or isn't up and the Head of Mischief manages to steal the buffs, then you can steal them back or keep them off another head if he manages to spread them. Super nice. And then on the A3, attacks all enemies, has a 100% chance when booked of placing block buffs and leech on all enemies for 2 turns. Also fills this champion's turn meter by 5% for each debuff placed by this skill. It's very nice. Picks up the turn meter in order to get him back around to other skills. Block buffs and leech, super nice debuffs for Hydra. Block buffs critical. And then on the passive, increases this champion's max HP by 5%, stacks up to 50, and crit damage by 5% up to 50 for each debuff placed by this champion. So you're really ramping his damage potential by just placing your debuffs, which is super nice. Anybody with ramp mechanics like this end up doing pretty decent damage. But yeah, that's the squad, guys. And let's just see. Take it off auto because good gracious, that's a bad idea. Let's see what this team can do. I ran this team before recording this video and it did just shy of 18 million. Top chest for this difficulty is 20 and a half, something like that. So we're going to start with ally attack into Head of Decay. Boom, got the decreased defense up. Our attack's already feared. We're going to boost up with Arbiter. We're going to come in and A1 against Head of Decay. With Rathalos, we do not want to do any of our other skills until our attack is able to get up the HP burn. We're going to come in and provoke. We can keep that up very consistently. Then we're going to come in, try to get the block buffs and leech. We did. Sweet. Now our attack's going to try to get feared, apparently. We're going to cleanse the fears with Podrag. See, that block buff's so nice. All right, gonna boost up further with Arbiter. That's okay. Heal reduction's fine. And yeah, we're just gonna try to get those burns up with our attack. Gonna give him a boost in turn meter. And we're just gonna keep going like that. I will come back to you guys after I get some HP burns going. All right, guys, so we got our first devoured ally. It was Rathalos, unfortunately. So our best damage dealer got eaten, and we gotta try to bust him out. And of course, the Head of Torment ate him, so that is going to be a chore and a half. Primarily going to end up relying on AoEs and HP burn damage, which we don't currently have the skill available to do. Podrag has to avoid Head of Torment like the plague. I'm going to use his A2 in order to get back around to a fear proc, because why not? All the fear procs. I feel like I'm Oprah Winfrey here. You get a fear, and you get a fear, and I guess a fear. Are we seriously going to lose Rathalos on the very first Devour? That would really suck. Wild King just got provoked. Buffs are being stolen like nobody's business. It's not fair.
Daddy, chill.
Alright, Arbiter going to try to... Okay, she saved us with that A2, decreasing a bunch of duration on buffs. Get the fear off of our attack so we can get some burns up. But they're on cooldown, because of course they are. In which case, I'm just going to try to get decrease attack up so we're not taking as much damage. Get the block buffs and leech up so that way Mischief isn't spreading stuff. Wild King just trying to get as much damage as humanly possible out. It's not working. Rathalos, we're coming, buddy. I don't know that we'll get you, but we're coming.
I'm gonna come. Oh.
Struggles are real. Stupid Head of Torment. I swear, at this point, I would take a Inquisitor Shamail over a Void Legendary. I kid you not. We finally got the burns up, but it's not going to really matter because I've only got 2 turns to get Rathalos out of there. Okay, burn activation. Oh, we got him out. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Thank you, Lord. And now we can kill this stupid head and start doing some real damage. Then our attack got eaten. Okay. Again, by the Head of Torment. My gosh. Rathalos is going to have to try to bust him out through 5 million fears and all. Come on, our attack. We're going to get you out of there, buddy. There we go. At the cost of everyone being feared to Kingdom Come. Okay, we survived. Try to steal a bunch of buffs. We did. Sweet. Okay, let's boost up Podrag. Get that instant activation. Oh, lovely. Mischief steals all those buffs that we just stole.
It is what it is.
And we got the fear procs. I see Argos just gave us that massive boost to healing right there with his A1. The heal doesn't show up often, but when it does, boy howdy does it put in the work. All right, let's try to get the block buffs up. Oh, and Head of Suffering just ate Wild King. That's bad. But we can hit the Head of Suffering without consequence. So, other than it being tanky as crap, we stand a fair shot at getting him out, actually. Keep fighting, Wild King. You have so much to live for. We'll get you out, buddy, I promise. Yes, we got him out. At the cost of Rathalos' life. But that is okay. That is okay. Why is that okay? Because Arbiter can revive him. Burn, baby. Don't you dare die again, Rathalos. I swear to goodness. A1. Nope. No A1. Nope. 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 No skills. No skills. It's like Willy Wonka all over again. And nothing.
you lose.
I am not doing a good job of keeping count here. To be fair, that's hard to do with Rathalos. Alright, now we can beat the tar out of the Wrath Head, but not until we get the block buffs up, so that way Mischief can't spread his nonsense. Cleanse everybody, activate some burns on everybody, get that decrease attack up and going. Yes, sir. Oh, freaking pain link. I don't care.
We don't care.
I care about healing up my boy with an A1. Right there, like 21,000 healing from our guys on just Rathalos is beautiful. Better than Arbiter. Steal everything. We did. Oh my goodness. And then he stole everything back, but that's okay because he had block buffs.
Sorry.
And then we're eating 5 million provokes for breakfast. Man, Argos does so much healing. I love it. Tell you what, we might not be doing a lot of damage, but we're doing some damage over a long period of time. I don't care if it takes us 20 years to get that top key. As long as we get that top key, I'll be fine.
Ooh, love that damage from Rathalos.
Yes. Got Head of Wrath, so now we can beat the tar out of this decapitated head. Yay! And nobody's gotten eaten, so we don't have to worry about that. But they're about to.
Shoot, who's gonna eat him?
Dang it, Mischief ate it. Ugh, I can't catch a break. Okay. Oh, this is not good. Not good at all. Of course, we get some nice true fear action on the one guy that we actively avoid hitting. Get the burns up. Sweet. Okay, ally attacks. Please go into the actual head. Nope, just go everywhere else. That's fine. I swear it's like I get every fear proc known to man. Oh, now the Head of Torment dies when I really need to save someone from Mischief. Now you die. You piece of garbage. There went bells. Okay. Oh, wait. As soon as the block buffs guy dies, they bring out the Poison Cloud head. That's great. I swear. This game hates me. We only need another 5 million damage before I'm happy. We can get that. I will get over myself. We might actually be able to do it this time. That would be sweet. That was not, and that's why. Dang it. Now we gotta try to bust him out. We don't have any fear or wrath heads. Nothing is stopping us.
Place your burns.
Beat the cold tar out of this head. Only got 2 turns to get him out of there. That's scary. We got it. You got it. It's okay. It's okay. We got it. See? There we go. He's back out on 1 HP. I'll take it. Rathalos dies. I'll take that too. Normally that would be a bad thing, but we have an Arbiter. Oh my goodness. Are we actually going to do it this time? We need 2 million damage. We can do it.
We can do it together.
Oh, Podrick just got eaten. That's bad. That's very bad. This is very bad. Very, very bad. Not okay because he took an extra turn and ate Podrick. But we got the top chest, guys. We got the top chest. That's what we needed. So now I'm just going to finish up the run and I'll bring you guys back when we're done. Yes. All right, guys. So there you are. 26 million damage on hard Hydra.
Wow! Incredible!
That sounds so good to me, and that's sad because it's so little damage. Yay. But hey, I'm happy. That's my first top chest on hard mode Hydra. Thank you to Hermes and BM in the Discord for helping me build this team. I'm going to tweak with it. I'm going to get masteries, get books, and this team is going to become even better. We're going to come back here probably a few months from now and do an update on this team, see what happens. But guys, I'm so excited I can barely talk. This means that I might actually be able to get my Mithrala here in just a few weeks, and then that'll change my teams up again for the better. Rathalos coming in doing almost half the damage by himself. Artak taking second place. Argaz come in at a close third, keeping up with Artak. If you have Argaz, do not sleep on that guy for Hydra, especially if you can run him with a couple orcs. He's fantastic. Bells will get a lot better as his gear gets better, as well as after he gets books and masteries. Not looking for damage out of the other two, but hey, I'm happy. Hope you're happy. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I've been Kurodor. Stay tanky.